everybody, and welcome to our last Tuesday tutorial for the month of May. I'm sure we will bring these back soon, but for the month of June and July for summer reading, we have a series of about 6 different programs that we will be offering. One is for teens, which I'm really excited about, and then the others are geared more towards adults. But you can see those events right here on our library programs virtual events calendar on athenslibrary.org's page. I encourage you to take a look at those and see us in an online interactive format on Google Meets. But for today, we'll be going over how to use Fold 3 and searching for military service records there. Fold 3 is a product of Ancestry. It is always freely available at home as long as you have access to the Galileo password. If you need the Galileo password, just message us on our Facebook page or email us at heritageroomref@athenslibrary.org. So to get there, we'll go obviously to athenslibrary.org and then to our online library page. And then from here, we can just scroll down and to that lovely Georgia and genealogy page. And right there is Fold 3. So we picked Fold 3 for this week's Tuesday tutorial because, and you can see me logging into Galileo now, because yesterday was Memorial Day, and Memorial Day is a time to remember those who have fought and lost their lives during their military service for this country. So you can see here on Fold 3, we can search through those World War II draft cards, which are fantastic. Those are done in the 40s, so it gets you really more recent information. But what I wanted to kind of show you is right here. I'm going to move my little face over there. But right here on the left-hand side, as you scroll down that page, you'll see they're delineated by war. So you'll notice with the recent wars, they're really only going to list casualties. Vietnam War, there is not a tremendous amount of information about the Vietnam War. More information about the memorials and things like that. Some photos, some service. Same thing with Korea. But World War II, we start to get those draft registration cards, missing air crew reports, old man draft, World War II war diaries. And going further on back, even to the Revolutionary War, we get the pensions records, service records, and things like that. So to search through these, we'll just start with the Civil War. That's the one that's used most often, I feel like, for folks, because that's when you really have to start digging deeper into different types of records to find more information on folks. So if we go to the widow's pensions, you'll see here, this is what I really like about this site too. Most of these records, military records, are kept by the national government, meaning NARA, the National Archives Records Administration. And you'll see here that they have over 2 million records and only 21% are complete, meaning that only 21% of those records are fully digitized and online. So it's a lot of information that is slowly moving to get onto online. So we could browse through it. It gives us a nice overview of the collection. We could browse through them. There's the description of how they're organized, the background. I really recommend reading that information for any record set that you're going to be searching. It's really helpful. The one thing that I always like to show people with this site that I think makes a big difference is how the search bar works, because it's different than most sites. You'll notice that there really isn't like an advanced search. But what you can do, so Civil War, if I want to do, I just typed in a surname, my surname, and we could search by keyword, name, or place. So you want to select those as you type in things. So it'll search by surname, and it will bring up those folks with that surname. And so you'll see here, it'll list the pensioner. I'm going to move myself back over here. It'll list the pensioner, So Roxana Scholl was a pensioner, so she was the one receiving the money. She was the widow, and it was James B. Scholl who was the service member. So that gives you basic information there. And that looks like it. So these are just little slips. It doesn't give us too much information there. It's just the one image. I want a full file. There's one that's 85 pages. So this would have the full record in it, as opposed to that just that little front slip that we found. So you can see here, here's an application by a widow. And it just goes through their relationship, where what regimen he served in, different information about that. So the great thing about these pensioners' records is that they would have to prove their relationship to the decedent or to the service member. So oftentimes you'll find a lot of great information about the children that resulted from that relationship, if there were any, and different marriage information, and perhaps even birth information from the decedent and the spouse. So they're full of info. And just like on Ancestry, it has your directional tools. You got your zoom in, your zoom out, fit to window. You can change the brightness and contrast. So if the text is a little difficult to read, you can change that. You can rotate the image. So say, oftentimes we'll find that images are sideways or not the right orientation, and go to full screen and exit full screen. Right here, we can, on the little tools, we can download, we can print, add to memorials. So Fold 3 is encouraging folks to create these memorials for folks that they know or that they are related to, and connect them to people, much like building a tree on Ancestry and things like that. And if you do have, you can share, you can embed a link somewhere, Facebook, Twitter, and I believe you can add it very easily to Ancestry. So if you have an Ancestry account, yeah, right here, this nice green button, you can save it to your Ancestry account if you own an account with an Ancestry. And you can also, all the image info for it is going to be right here. It'll have, so right here, is all the source information as well. So if you need to do citations, that information's there too. So tons of info on Fold 3. This is just a tiny little piece of it. I didn't want to bore everybody with a long one, because we could go a long time on Fold 3 discovering things. But I encourage you to take a look and to see if you can find your relative service records and things like that. This Memorial Day week, I think it's a good way to remember those who have served. So have a great rest of your week. I hope to see you soon. In the meantime, take a look at our online programs, our interactive ones that we'll be offering on our ARLS virtual programming calendar. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.